Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister for Information, Honorable Kojo Opon-Krumah, as he has already told you, who also calls me Papa. Your able deputies or deputy ministers here, the deputy minister from my ministry, Honorable Usu Adiomi, and MP for Ejiso, Chief Director from my ministry, Ministry of Roads and Highways, Chief Director, Ministry of Information, my agency heads, Urban Roads, Feeder Roads, and Ghana Highway Authority, and all other directors from both the Ministries of Roads and Highways and Information, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the media. With this short documentary that has been shown, we should have ended this session. But the Honorable Minister has informed me that I have a maximum of 2 hours to do my presentation. I will have to make sure that I keep to the time. But I wish I had been given more than 5 hours because I have a lot to talk about for the road sector. I'm extremely happy to be here with you, ladies and gentlemen, representing His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, in this session of the Nation Building Update. I'm so confident and I have the courage to face the Ghanaian public on behalf of His Excellency the President and to talk to Ghanaians through the press. And my confidence comes from the fact that His Excellency the President has done a lot in the road sector within a period of 3.5 years. And if you have a good story to tell, you are always confident. And at the end of this presentation, the Ghanaian public, and if you like, all doubting Thomases in this nation, who go about saying all kinds of things, will honestly appreciate the good work of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic. Let me quickly run you through the presentation outline. I will give a short introduction and follow it up quickly with programs and expatiate on the programs with key achievements of the government. I will be touching on routine maintenance, I will be touching on periodic maintenance, I will be touching on road development projects, I will touch on bridges, I will touch on interchanges, footbridges, road safety, pipeline projects, ACOMA, that is Abidjan-Lagos Corridor Management Authority. I will be talking about disbursement, some staffing issues, and update on PWD initiative. That is people with disabilities. As a short introductory remark, I want to remind all of you here and Ghanaians that the ministry implements its policies on behalf of government and programs through its underlisted agencies Ghana Highway Authority, Department of Federal Roads, Department of Urban Roads, the Ghana Road Fund Secretariat, and Koforidua Training Center. But we must know where we are coming from before we can appreciate what has been done within these 3.5 years by His Excellency, the President of the Republic. And I will give you a short, brief statistics. As at January 7, when God and the good people of this country handed over the administration of the nation to His Excellency, the President and his government. As at that date, 7 January 2017, the statistics in my ministry allude to the fact that Ghana has a total road network size of around 78,400 kilometers. And if you talk about the total road network size, we are talking about putting all Ghanaian roads together, those being handled by the Department of Urban Roads, those being handled by Department of Federal Roads, and the Ghana Highway Authority. If you put all of them together, as at the date aforementioned, they total 78,400 kilometers. If you take what we call surface type, as at that date, Ghana as a nation, from independence of 1957 up to 2017, only 23% of this total kilometerage of 78,400 kilometers of road had been paved. That is, had ever seen bitumen. The remaining 77% was unpaved and was at either gravel or earth stage. And that 77% in terms of kilometerage will work up to almost a little over 60,000 kilometers. That was the condition of roads in our country. And if you come to the condition of roads again, it's categorized into 3. Road will fit into one of these 3 categories. The road condition might be good, it might be fair, or it could be poor. And as at January 2017, 39% of our roads were considered to be good, 32% considered to be fair, and 29% considered to be poor. But I always argue with the engineers that from the layman's point of view, there is no difference, or even if there is, very slight, and it can only be seen with the engineering eye. No difference between fair and poor. So I always categorize the condition of road in the Ghanaian setting into 2, good and poor. It means that as at that date, we had only 39% of our roads considered to be good. And even what was considered to be good, I don't know whether it was not by Ghanaian standard. We had as much as 61% of our road condition to be poor. This was the government of the problem. This was the enormity of the problem that confronted His Excellency, the President, and his government. It was therefore not surprising that anywhere the president went, the first demand that was made on him was to fix the roads. But if you have a visionary leader, a leader who is bold, who has courage, a leader who is determined to work and to face problems head-on, His Excellency, the President, was undoubted. And as I go on with my presentation, you will see the great work that has been done by the President and his government within this short period. And I will not hesitate at all to make a statement here. And I am prepared to debate it and to defend it because it's backed by statistics in my ministry. Since independence of 1957, up to date, all successive governments have played their part so far as fixing the road infrastructure is concerned. But I want to make a statement that in terms of roadworks, no government of our nation since independence has worked so hard and has extensively done roadworks than is done under the leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo within 3.5 to 4 year period. No government since independence. Take surface dressing of roads, the statistics are there. Take bridges, the statistics are there. Take interchanges, the statistics are there. Take asphalt overlays, the statistics are there. No government since independence has tackled the Ghana road infrastructure with seriousness within a time frame of 3.5 to 4 years that has been done by the government of the New Patriotic Party under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As at January 2017, I want to give you an idea of the road sector indebtedness. Road Fund had an outstanding indebtedness of 506 million Ghana cedis, and from the consolidated fund, 1.06 billion Ghana cedis. These were certified IPCs, and IPCs are interim payment certificates that had been placed with either Road Fund or Ministry of Finance for payment. We had also commitments, roles awarded that had committed government amounted to 17.2 billion. And what we called cost to complete projects was around 12 billion. But we had to manage this commitment. And immediately we had to put up a technical committee to resolve this issue of high commitment. And it was chaired by one of my able deputy ministers, Honorable Owusu Adiomi, who is himself an engineer, and he is here in our midst. He chaired a special technical committee for us to do some rationalization to deal with this problem of huge commitments on government. And through that, we were able to reduce it to 5 billion Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, also had road fund revenue and loan challenges. And it may interest people of this country to know that the road fund was established in 1977 with the objective of paying for the maintenance of our roads and to a limited extent rehabilitation of our roads. And if we talk about maintenance, we are talking about two things: routine maintenance and periodic maintenance of our roads. This fund was supposed to accrue in an average of 1.2 billion Ghana cedis. 1.2 billion Ghana cedis on annual basis. And the accruals into the fund come from four sources. What we call the fuel levy source, which is 40 pesos per liter of fuel that you and I buy. That is the first source. The second source is from the road tolls. The third source is what we get from DVRE. And the fourth source is the levies that we collect from vehicles that pass through the Ghanaian corridor to join other neighboring countries. Regrettably, before the end of 2016, around October, November, the then government mortgaged this fund to the fullest, mortgage it for 1.2 billion Ghana cedis loan to UBA, and UBA is United Bank for Africa, at an interest rate of 32%. So on assumption of office on January 7, 2017, His Excellency the President and his government had no access to this fund. And even though a lot of things had happened to it, up to today, we are still not out of the woods. And I said they mortgaged it at an interest rate of 32%. So immediately we had to go into action. And I worked closely, my ministry worked closely with the Ministry of Finance to try to refinance the loan. And we were able to do so to our own Ghanaian banks, Fidelity Bank and Ghana Commercial Bank. And we brought the interest rate from 32% to 21%. And we were even given 12 months moratorium to work with the fund. So, given the enormity of the road sector problem, it was even worsened by the fact that the government and the president had no access to the funding source. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, this represented the situation of the road sector as at that date. I wish to inform the nation that the government put together what we call a road sector medium-term plan with the following objectives: to create opportunities for all Ghanaians. That's why for the first time in the history of this country, our disabled were given jobs and were given the opportunity to work in the toll booths. It's an innovation. It had never happened in this country. It was unprecedented, and it could only happen under the wise leadership of His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And they continue to be there. And that vision is going to be promoted further. And God willing, inshallah, given the second term, all the road toll business will be given to this category of people 100%. medium-term plan, again, for second reason, is to safeguard the natural environment and to ensure a resilient built environment. Thirdly, to maintain a stable, united, and safe society. And fourthly, to build a prosperous society. This country is aware of the innovations that are taking place in the road sector. One such innovation, one such big dream that not every leader is capable of having such a dream is the Sano Hydro Master Project. This is a facility that brought in $2 billion United States dollars into our economy to handle infrastructure, which will be paid at a later date with our bauxite deposit. We have so far secured for the first lot for 10 projects, $500 million. And I am happy to state that Sandosure, which is the insurance company to Sano Hydro, has underwritten all the 10 projects, and for that matter, Sano Hydro has given approval, and almost all the 10 projects are being worked on. And the first lot of 10 projects, some are the Tamale interchange, the PTC Takrady interchange, and so on. We have almost finished with the first lot made up of the 10 projects. The second lot, which will deal with almost 62 different projects across the 16 regions of this country, are being worked on, and we are at the feasibility stages at various parts of the country. We have also embarked upon critical roads program, and this dream was hatched at Senche at a cabinet retreat where all the 16 regional ministers were invited, and there was a long